that might as well have said love's a drag. I mean, it really, if you look at it, it's a lot. And it's you changing the way you think, how you react to things for the betterment and the best of those individual people. That's what love is. In our society, love's always viewed as, little hearts, or let's write things on our hands because we love each other so much, or, Valentine's Day type stuff that you would have. But guys, the reality is that's not the design from God's perspective. When, in fact, we base the concept of love on how we feel, the end result is that's nothing more than a fairy tale. Guys, that's all that's going to happen. And you have to understand, fairy tales are books for children. They're not books for adults. And what we have to realize is that we have the opportunity to approach this in a very different way. One of the reasons this becomes important is this. You know what the problem is with the love fairy tale? The problem is the ending. I'm not telling any of you anything to know that we have an epidemic in our society of people all of a sudden in marriage looking at each other and going, oh, I've fallen out of love with you. It's an epidemic. And what they mean by that is I'm just going to react on whatever feelings I have and tell you I'm not interested anymore, when the reality is, because that's the fairy tale that ends very, very badly. But the reality is love is a choice and a decision about how we will interact, how we will care for this person, how we will put them before ourselves, and that's the statement that God wants us to have. We can make sure we're not living a fairy tale. We're living in the real world. We understand what the responsibilities are, and then we get to have real love